This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Good evening, I'm Evelyn Matthew. Tonight is a Saturday night that presents a grim picture for those in Japan still trying to come to terms with what really hit them. Even after the monstrous tsunami from last night, 2 quakes continued, sending shivers down citizens in the region wondering what more could really be coming their way. Back home in Nagpur too, the men in blue are resounding similar thoughts after 9 of our tall order of batsmen fell like a pack of cards within 29 runs and the Indian cricket team was backed off for 296. Natasha Dareswamy, our sports reporter, joins me on the show tonight to give us a sense of what went wrong at the Vidarbha Cricket Association Stadium tonight. This Saturday night is definitely filled with anticipation and nervousness as the ruling alliance hopes to emerge out of their constituency deadlock as well. And so experience all of that with us here on NDTV-Hindu. But first, the headlines now. An adamant CPM says they will not budge from their demand over 18 seats even after an offer of 11 by the AIADMK.
They have offered 11. We are pressing 18. We have told them we cannot agree with 11.
Will round 5 of talks over seat identification end the stalemate between the DMK and its main ally, the Congress? The uncertainty continues. Puducherry's ex-chief minister makes a guest appearance at Jayalalitha's residence but denies anything poll-related, says it was only a courtesy call.
Alliance and other things, just courtesy madam.
The Election Commission intensifies its crackdown on anyone violating the Model Code of Conduct. A turnover of 11.5 crores is discovered from IT raids.
Five different incidents,
Ndtv-Hindu talks to a Tamilian stranded in Japan. He recounts his family's long walk back home in a disaster-hit city.
The only thing was I was literally lost my hope because I have not experienced that much of earthquake.
An inspector of law and order in the city hangs himself in a hotel and leaves a suicide note. The police probe is on and it passes on to the CBCI
he attempted
as well.
to commit suicide. We used to mention in that note, and he said that nobody is responsible, and I am responsible myself.
And despite intense political rivalry in the state, Ford's top boss gives the industrial climate in Tamil Nadu a thumbs up.
For me, India is the most competitive small car market in the world by far. And if you can do business well here and be successful here, you can do it anywhere.
Let's also bring you the rest of the day's news nationally and internationally. A huge explosion at Japan's Fukushima nuclear plant. 80,000 people are evacuated. Radiation levels around the plant go up 20-fold. There's widespread devastation in Japan after the worst earthquake ever and a tsunami. Millions are homeless. Tsunami warnings and advisories are still in force in 50 countries across the Pacific Rim. California and Hawaii escaped major damage. PJ Thomas to file review petition in the Supreme Court against the verdict quashing his appointment as CVC. The man who allegedly killed Radhika, a college student in Delhi, is arrested in Mumbai. Mumbai police registered a case against the in-laws of college professor Nidhi Gupta, who jumped to her death along with her kids. And India is packed away at 296 all out by the Proteas. Wickets stumble after Sachin's ouster. South Africa comes to the crease. The CPM State Committee, headed by senior leaders, met at their party headquarters today. Following this, the left parties appeared at Ms. Jayalalitha's Poise Garden residence. The State Secretary, though, is not too happy with the 11 seats offered to them by the alliance head, as it is 7 seats lesser than what they had asked for. While they have pledged that they will continue to push for the 18 seats, they have confirmed that they have no plans to float a third front.
Our party is negotiating with the ADMK team for seat sharing. They have offered 11. We are pressing 18. We have told them we cannot agree with 11. The party state committee has decided to continue the negotiation with the ADMK. Then our party state committee is going to meet on 19th to review and take a decision.
Well, with exactly a month left for the state assembly elections, the DMK headquarters remains also undecided over which party will contest from which of the constituencies. Even after hectic parleys over 4 rounds so far, the Congress and the DMK are still to meet today for that 5th round, hoping to end the deadlock over seat identification. While the DMK's top brass are at the headquarters brainstorming over the issue, the Congress's 5-member committee is still to arrive for the talks. The major reason for the failure of talks was the demand by more than one party for the same seat. The VCK has approached the Anarvalayam today for the same process, though. Well, the former Puducherry Chief Minister N. Rangaswamy called on the AIA-DMK chief at her Poise Garden residence as well today. The politician who's just launched his party, the NR Congress in the Union Territory, said the meeting was only a courtesy call and was not about any alliance formation for the assembly elections, contrary to speculation. He reiterated his party's ambition to develop Puducherry. The Union Territory goes to polls along with Tamil Nadu and Kerala on the 13th of next month.
In Pondicherry, we have started our new party, All India NR Congress. And courtesy call, madam. Nothing about the alliance and other things. Just courtesy call, met our madam.
Meanwhile, Big Brother watching over these crucial poll preparations, the Election Commission is cracking the whip across Tamil Nadu with an eye out for malpractices. A turnover of 11.5 crore rupees were discovered from the raids conducted in the IT department. In fact, in the raids that took place all over the state, despite a constant objection from several political parties, surveillance cameras will be installed at polling booths across the voting zones. The Chief Election Commissioner S.Y. Qureshi and 2 other election commissioners will come over to the city during the beginning of next week to meet political parties, the top cops, the collectors as well as other officers. They will take stock of the law and order situation and fine-tune measures to ensure free and fair polls in the state where stakes are high for the ruling DMK-led alliance as well as the AIA-DMK-led coalition.
நிறையா இடத்துல நம்ம ஃப்ளைங் ஸ்குவாட் ஸ்டாட்டிக் ஸ்குவாட் போட்டுக்கோம் செக்கிங் பண்ணுறோம் அதில் இதுவரை சுமார் 15 கோடி சீஸ் ஆகிருக்கு மொத்தமாக மதுரையில் நேற்று 5 டிஃப்ரெண்ட் இன்சிடெண்ட்டில் 3.5 கோடி சீஸ் ஆகிருக்கு அதே மாதிரி ஏற்கனவே ஈரோடில் 50 லட்சம் சீஸ் பண்ணாங்க அந்த 50 லட்சம் யார்கிட்ட சீஸ் பண்ணாங்க அவர் வீட்டில் ரேட் பண்ணும்போது இன்கம் டேக்ஸ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் 11.5 கோடி ரூபாய் cash seize பண்ணிருக்காங்க.
Joining us over the phone line right now for our top story over the seat identification between the DMK and the Congress, our reporter Salim now joins us. He's outside, in fact, the DMK headquarters as we speak. Salim, is there any breakthrough at all in the situation there? Is this perhaps going to be pushed to the beginning of next week now?
Evelyn, there is no breakthrough. So far, the 5-member Congress committee is unlikely to visit DMK headquarters today. However, VCK chief Tol Thirumavalavan arrived here and met DMK leaders. Meanwhile, the DMK chief arrived at party headquarters Anarvalayam and started interviewing candidates for the proposed constituencies. The deadlock between the Congress and its main ally DMK is still on, and due to this, sources say the DMK is unable to identify constituencies for VCK, PMK and the other allies. Sources say the deadlock is regarding 4 constituencies allegedly, and one among them is Thittakudi in Kadalur district. It's a reserved constituency. Allegedly, the Congress wanted to field its former MP and the VCK wants it as well, as it is a reserved constituency. And allegedly, sources say Erode West constituency, the Congress wants it for Youth Wing President Yuvraj, and the DMK allegedly wants to allot the constituency for NKKP Raja, who is also the sitting MLA. Not to forget, there are reports in the dailies that say All India Congress General Secretary Rahul Gandhi wishes to allot at least 15 constituencies out of the 63 in Tamil Nadu for the youth wing of the Congress party. Evelyn?
Right. Thanks very much indeed, Salim, for joining us with those details. So clearly, a lot brewing there at the DMK headquarters as we speak. But as Salim says, that meeting by the Congress committee unlikely today. Moving on, the corpse of an inspector of the Mylapore police station was found at a hotel in the city today. The cop who left a note committed suicide by hanging himself in the room he was lodged at for the past fortnight. A diary and the note are now in the possession of the Deputy Commissioner in charge of the zone. The Roypeta Assistant Commissioner, though, will be currently probing the case. Rajashekar took charge as the Inspector of Police in charge of the law and order in his division on the day of the famous double murder case reported in Mylapore. The man, who is a native of Tiruvallur, is survived by his wife and a 3-year-old son. The CBCID is likely to look into this case as well.
See, actually he has committed suicide and he has left 2 notes. One note is addressed to his parents, where he has expressed that, the second time he committing suicide. I think 2005 also he attempted to commit suicide. We have mentioned in that note, and he said that nobody is responsible, and I am responsible myself. Plus he has requested that whatever amount he gets from GPF and all can go to his kids for education and all. Second note he has left in the name of Joint Commissioner. They're saying that that when he joined, immediately after that double murder case took place, and basically he was shown that he could not do much, and he has mentioned that basically that former AC was there, Isaac Paul Rao's name, and on station right and Tyagarajan, some estates may be taken and all. So that has to be looked into exactly what he means. And then again he has further narrated that he is nobody is responsible for his death, he is committing suicide and all. So what we have done initially, that we have given this case to be investigated by Assistant Commissioner of Police, Roypeta, so that senior level officer is examining the facts.
Up ahead on headlines now, Ndtv-Hindu brings you a phone conversation with a Tamilian stranded in Japan who was caught completely by surprise.